Stay tuned and let's take a look at this Marvel Legends Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure Wave Secret Invasion Nick Fury. Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who, and remember now you can hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Either show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. Today we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends Disney Plus Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure Wave Secret Invasion Nick Fury. Now, I didn't want to open this figure until I actually finished the Secret Invasion show, because it took me a while to finish as it frustrated me. Like, I wanted to like Secret Invasion a lot more than I did. I think the concept and the story had so much potential, and the theme I thought they were going for was like Winter Soldier vibes with that spy noir stuff, but it never really got going. It sort of went in directions I didn't expect it to go, and I ultimately ended up disappointed. It killed off far too many characters I like as well, so I try and avoid spoilers, but I was frustrated with the show, and I think I'm going to be frustrated with this figure as well, as we need a new Nick Fury, but this doesn't quite look up to par. So we shall find it out when we open it up. But there we get Secret Invasion on the front, a picture of Nick Fury on the side, on the back of the box, another digital render. He does come with some weapons and effect pieces, and you will need him to complete the Hydra Stomper, as he comes with the Build-A-Figure leg. If you want to see him complete, there we have the complete Hydra Stomper. Review is already on the channel, and to build him you will need to buy the other 6 figures in this wave. Today we're reviewing Nick Fury, so let's not mess around and get it open. Don't you think that some of the decisions they made in that show contradicted some of the things that have happened in the MCU? And they've really confused the whole Rhodey situation as well. So I do apologise. This review is just going to turn into me ranting about Secret Invasion. But here we have Nick Fury on the table with his accessories, which are just 2 guns we've seen plenty times before, and then some effect pieces as well. Let me get the tape measure out so we can see how tall he is. He stands at just under 6.5 inches to the top of his beanie, which is a separate accessory as well, so you can actually have it as a separate piece. So yeah, he looks limited with articulation first and foremost, as he's wearing the big traffic cone jacket, which doesn't open up at all, and he's also got the old Marvel Legend pinned suited legs. So yeah, I'm surprised he's standing up so well straight out of the box, to be honest. Only a set of trigger finger hands as well. The likeness does look pretty good. Probably the best likeness to Nick Fury we've gotten so far, but he's got a low bar to contend with. So yeah, let's zoom in. But before we do that, a quick word from our friends at Legendsverse. Let me introduce you to Legendsverse.com, a place all Marvel Legends collectors are going to want to know about. If you are looking for an easy way to keep track of your collection, what figures you have, and create wish lists, then Legendsverse can do all of this and so much more. It's a comprehensive Marvel Legends database that, once you have added your collection, gives you stats like how many figures you own, how many waves and Build-A-Figures you have completed, and how much your collection is worth right now. Organize your collection in teams, upload photos of each figure, look at price guides, and share your collection with friends by showcasing your own profile. Go and sign up and see for yourself. Legendsverse.com. So check out the website links and all the socials in the video description below. If you're trying to get your Legends collection more organised, then trust me, it's going to be worth a look. Now back to Fury here. Now, something's not quite right. At first, I thought it was the same old Nick Fury head sculpt with like a thicker sculpted beard on top, but it seems to be new. It has all the characteristics you would expect, the eye patch, the scar behind the eyes, the beard, but I don't know, something's not quite right, and I can't certainly pinpoint what it is. But maybe it's just the Samuel Jackson likeness just isn't quite there. I don't know. But the beard is sculpted with a little bit of dry brushing on there. A little bit of grey. He is old and grizzled now, of course. Now, the scars are sculpted behind the eye patch. I just don't like how my sort of strap for the eye patch is sort of misprinted at top. So that looks a little bit wonky. But if you spin it all the way around, you can see it goes under the ear and then around onto the back. You got that raised collar and then back round to the front again. So yeah, it's not bad, it's just not amazing either. And if I compare it to the previous version, now granted this is from 2015, way before digital face printing tech was a thing, I actually thought that Nick Fury head was pretty good for its time, and it still holds up okay, but again, you just can't beat the face printing tech. So completely up to you which you think is better, but we are in desperate need for a newly updated Avengers 1 Nick Fury. Please put him in the Legacy line or a reissue or something. Please make it happen. Anyway, back to this Nick Fury. Now, of course, that is without his beanie. Now let's put his beanie on. Now I don't think it matters which way around the beanie is, and it just fit nice and snug and tight onto his head and completes the look. I actually prefer him with the beanie on. So in my display, he will forever have the beanie on and be a Secret Invasion representation of Nick Fury. But yeah, it's okay. Now, unfortunately, the figure is as frustrating as it looks, mainly due to this long black overcoat, which is going to restrict the articulation on this figure, which has limited articulation anyway. Now, granted, it is an accurate costume design from the Secret Invasion show, but they have gone for accuracy over function here, and I think they could have definitely done a better job at sort of recreating this in plastic. But they have went the easy way and just given them the long traffic cone jacket. So yeah, it's a shame. We're definitely worthy of more, and Nick Fury himself is a character worthy of more in this day and age. So yeah, ultimately I'm disappointed here. So the jacket goes all the way down to his shins. There is a gap at the front so you can get a little bit of leg out, but you can still utilize the double jointed knee at the back there, and he will kick his own butt, as you can see. And yeah, it is the same old pinned suited body legs, so they're not that sturdy. He will eventually fall on your shelf. They match the double jointed pinned arms as well. Now these ain't too bad. The range isn't bad at all for a suited body. Like, look at that. And there's the bicep swivel as well. Both of the black gloved hands also have the up and down hinge for the guns, so it's at least it's the right pose in hands for the guns that he comes with. But yeah, like the head's on a disc and hinge, so again the beard is actually quite thick. You can't really get him burying the chin. Well, I guess you can if I lean him forward. There you go. So we can at least look down and look up. But yeah, like arms have all the articulation that you'd expect. Pins on the arms though. But yeah, like you can see the swivel. The swivel's under there, but even the swivel's hard to do. Like I'm just not getting it to work. You've got ankle pivot and rocker, but these shoes are very frustrating. I'm just very frustrated with the choice here on the body. I definitely think Hasbro could have done a better job with this Nick Fury, but if you're just going to have him standing there on the shelf doing some espionage, then I'm sure he at least looks the part. Another positive that I mentioned is he has the right posing hands with the up and down hinge, as I've shown, which does help for posing. And he comes with two guns that we have seen many times in the Marvel Legend line. First all, we get a pistol with like a silencer attached to it, and then on this side we get that very same pistol just without the silencer attached to it. So I have no idea if these are based off real guns or just fantasy, probably fantasy, but at least you have some guns for some posing options. And these guns do have the effect pieces, so you get two of the red blast effects, so is it a laser at this point? I don't really know, and then two smoke effects as well. Maybe this isn't even Nick Fury, this could be Gaia after all. They are all scrolls, so yeah, maybe it's the most powerful person in the MCU. That is another frustrating plot point, but again, I digress. Let me bring in the other Nick Fury. Now again, this is 2015, a free pack with Maria Hill and Coulson, and I think I replaced this jacket a long time ago with someone from Star Wars. I have no idea whose jacket I stole, but that is not the one that originally came with it. The one that originally came with it was like the Epic Hero Days Punisher version and the old comic Nick Fury too. So yeah, this is a new jacket from the Star Wars. Like I say, a new jacket, it's probably an old jacket on the old Nick Fury. My point is, it's not the one that originally came with it. I was trying to do my own modding, a little kick bash, if you will. So these are our sort of modern day looks for Nick Fury. Of course, we've got the young version from the Captain Marvel film as well, but this is my mind's eye of Nick Fury. So we absolutely need an updated version of Avengers 1, like original Phase 1 MCU version of Nick Fury in the collection with all the newness, with the double jointed pinlessness and all that, because look how gangly, he looks like a zombie. So like, it was fine for the time, but in this day and age, like, it just doesn't cut it, does it? It doesn't cut it. Let's try a quick head swap, because why not? And as expected, it doesn't really work, does it? Shadows there being casted by his gun, but yeah, now he's got no neck, so yeah, that doesn't really work, and all does this. So yeah, that was irrelevant, but there you go. Moving on to some relevant comparisons, here we have two characters that were actually a part of Secret Invasion. We have Talos, who is also in this same Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure wave, and then we have Maria Hill, who was a part of that box set with Nick Fury all those years ago, and still today remains the only way to get Maria Hill into your MCU collection. And the figure still holds up, she looks great. So, I know I've already verged on spoiler territory in this video, but if you really don't want to know which one of these characters doesn't make it through the series, then skip ahead. 3, 2, 1. Well, I lied, because none of them make it. Both Talos and Maria Hill die in Secret Invasion. So unnecessary. Both of their deaths didn't really have much of an impact on the overall story or direction of the show. It was just unnecessary. And the actress that plays Maria Hill is still quite young. She could have been in the MCU for many years to go, and she's been a part of it for a long time already. So that was such an unnecessary death. And Talos as well didn't need to die for the story to go where it needed to go. So both of those deaths were absolutely wasted in Secret Invasion. Very, very frustrating. I don't like it when characters I like die unnecessarily. At least like when Tony went, it was to save like half of the population of the universe. These two died for nothing. It's such a shame. So yeah, sorry, I'm ranting again, and I don't mean to spoil it for anyone. Hopefully you skipped ahead. But again, knowing this shouldn't impact your viewing experience of Secret Invasion. The whole show is a head scratcher. And I apologise, as I have no doubts there's already someone in the comments saying I've spoilt the show for them, but to be honest, I think it's fair game. The show has been out long enough now for people to have the opportunity to go back and backtrack like I did myself. So yeah, it's a harsh word. I apologise. So here's another spoiler for you. Rhodey is a Skrull. That's right. So obviously War Machine isn't seen throughout the series, but Rhodey definitely is as an advisor to the president, and it's revealed that he's a Skrull. And they're saying that he's been a Skrull since Civil War, and he was switched out while he was in the hospital after his accident. But that changes the whole dynamic of every scene with Rhodey moving forward after that point. So it means every scene with Rhodey after Civil War is basically irrelevant, and it changes the dynamic. It's just not good. I don't like it. Kevin Feige, give me a ring. Confirm to me that Rhodey was switched after Endgame. It will make me feel a lot better about the MCU. Thank you very much. But let's see if we can put this unmasked Rhodey head onto a suited body. There you go. That's a little more accurate to the show. Now, I should of course say that this is of course a custom Don Cheadle head sculpt, as Hasbro haven't really given us one, and they missed the perfect opportunity to pack one in with the re-release of the Civil War Machine as well. So I don't know what's going on, but Hasbro absolutely need to find a way to give us a Don Cheadle head sculpt for James Rhodes. So hopefully during maybe Armor Wars, if any new shows start to come out. But yeah, we are missing an official unmasked Rhodey head. I'm going to rename this video Dan Rants About Secret Invasion While Playing With Toys, because that's what it's turned into. I do apologise. I don't even hate the show as much as I'm making out. I was just frustrated with some of the choices. But to each their own. Here we have some of the MCU figures that were in this very same Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure wave with Yelena Belova and of course Kingpin. Go and check out my reviews already on the channel. And here we have Nick Fury compared to a couple of suited bodies with Happy Hogan and young Nick Fury. And that is the exact same body I just used for that custom Rhodey head. And let's start to wrap up, because I can feel another rant coming. Here we have Frogman, Tigra and Jocasta, who is reading out comments from the last Marvel Legend review. Make sure you leave a comment on this video and she may pick you to read on the next one.
Bring Toys to Work says, I'm not understanding the problem, mate. The head swap looked perfect to me.
And then last and absolutely least, here we have Captain Britain and Hal Fire Hank. Not yet. So, final thoughts on this Marvel Legend Disney Plus Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure wave Secret Invasion. Nick Fury. And I apologise once again, because it sounds like I was just moaning the whole time. I don't actually hate this figure or the show as much as I'm making out. To be honest, I'm not even Dan, I'm a Skrull, so don't believe anything I say. But the figure is definitely a little bit lackluster, a little bit frustrating and limiting. It's just a suited body with a long traffic cone jacket, so it does the job of looking like Nick Fury from the show, but that's about it. You can't really get him posed up in any fun, dynamic ways. You're just going to feel very frustrated with this guy trying to get him in a cool pose. So yeah, I still hold out hope for a better Nick Fury in the future. As I said, we need a phase 1 update in our collection. That's what I'm wanting. But anyway, you let me know what you think in the comments below. After all, I'm a scroll. Check out Legends Verse, and if you like Marvel Legends, then one thing is for sure, you're in the right place. Check out the videos tab, find the playlist, but most importantly, please, please, please hit that subscribe button, hit all in the notification bell, don't miss out on the video, and please hit that join button, become a channel member, either show some love or join the members club. Check out all the other tiers. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Dan Who, and I'm on Twitter or X, whatever it is, at Dan Who Reviews. And as always, I will see you on the next one.